personality development and career advancement as a part of NEP 2020. And also we are going to, in science background, we are going to start diploma in regulatory affairs with the help of industry-led experts.
Okay, very nice to know that. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Yash.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to all for joining us today. On behalf of Kaustav's Careerica, I feel truly honored to welcome you all to this expert lecture on insights on startups and innovation from scratch, being conducted as a part of Module 2, Translational Biotechnology and Healthcare Innovation under our Winter Internship Program. I, Yash Nigam, ambassador at Kaustav's Careerica, pursuing my Master's in Biomedical Sciences from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Center for Biomedical Research, University of Delhi. To begin with, let me briefly introduce Kaustav's Careerica. It is an initiative under Prakriti Private Limited, which is dedicated to nurturing talent, building clarity, and shaping future-ready professionals in the domains of life sciences, biotechnology, healthcare, and allied interdisciplinary fields. The vision of Kaustav's Careerica is to bridge the gap between the academic knowledge and real-world application by providing structured mentorship, industry exposure, and career-focused guidance. Our mission is to empower students and early professionals with the right skills, mindset, and opportunities so they can confidently navigate academia, industry, research, entrepreneurship, and policy landscapes. Over the time, Costa Rica has expanded its services to include the internship and training programs, career counseling and mentorship sessions, skill development workshops, expert lectures, and industry interactions, and of course, research guidance and academic support. Some of our key milestones include successful completion of internship programs, collaboration with academicians, industry leaders, startup founders, and policymakers, and the continuous engagement of the learners from across India. Our goal is simple: to create a generation of professionals who are not only knowledgeable but also innovative, ethical, and socially responsible. Coming to the Winter Internship Program, so this initiative has been carefully designed to expose the students to the emerging domains like translational research, entrepreneurship, and real-world problem solving. This program is structured into the focused modules, each targeting a critical aspect of modern science and innovation ecosystems, ensuring that participants gain both conceptual clarity and the practical insights. The Module 2, Translational Biotechnology and Healthcare Innovation, focuses on how ideas move from the laboratory to the market and the society. This module emphasizes innovation-driven research, startup ecosystems, policy frameworks, incubation and entrepreneurship, and of course, the technology commercialization. And today's lecture perfectly aligned with the core objective of this module. It is now my privilege to introduce our distinguished expert speaker for today's session, Dr. Shivakiran Makam, a visionary leader, innovator, policy contributor, and ecosystem builder with an extraordinary journey across research, startups, incubation, and national policy platforms. Dr. Shivakiran Makam brings with him over 14 years of rich experience spanning research, innovation, entrepreneurship, technology development, policy formulation, and intellectual property. He served as co-chairs at Startup20 under India's G20 presidency, where he played a pivotal role in shaping global startup policies. He represented India at Startup G20 Brazil April 2024, contributing to international dialogues on accelerating startup ecosystems and fostering cross-country collaborations. He is the member of MITI Consortium, an initiative of the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. He is the national convener and execution partner for strategic initiatives such as Rural Smart Village Center and Mission Utthan, focused on the inclusive innovation and rural development. He is the former CEO of Atal Incubation Centres established at Sri Krishnan Devaraya University, supported by Niti Aayog Government of India. His contributions include low-cost diagnostic tools for the defense applications, vaccine development against biological weapon agents, innovation solutions in water treatment, and biogas generation through phytoremediation. Academically, he holds doctorate in biotechnology from Defense Food Research Laboratory, DRDO, Mysore, and master's degree in life sciences from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. Talking about awards and recognition, he has been awarded DRDO Technology Group Award for contributions in the genetic engineering, under 45 Jury's Choice Healthcare Changemaker Award, and many more. Dr. Shivakiran Makam's journey truly exemplifies like how science, innovation, policy, and entrepreneurship can come together to create a meaningful impact, making him the perfect mentor to guide us on starting from scratch and building innovation driven ventures. Sir, we are extremely grateful to have you with us today. Your experiences across the research labs, incubators, policy tables, and global platforms will undoubtedly inspire our interns and provide them with the practical insights that textbooks cannot offer. We eagerly look forward to learning from your journey and understanding how ideas can be transformed into impactful startups. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Yash, and thank you, Dr. Pratima, for inviting me. And I think I have done a similar session a few months ago, and
Ye- Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir. You
uh,
were there, and students, I would like to tell you that sir had been a very means enthusiastic expert, and the students also were very interactive in that session. And I want the same interaction here also, because he's one of the experts with whom we are going to be enriched like anything. So please, be keep the session interactive. Welcome, sir.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree. You are free, feel, you can raise your hands and you can take the mics and interrupt me wherever you feel like. So this session is more like a um it's a journey, an exploration about how the startups work and innovations work, right? So it will not be like a regular molecular biology class. It will be very generic. It will give you certain insights about how you can pursue your startup journey, right? Um, how many of you know what is a startup? Can anybody uh, explain what does startup mean? What do you know about startup?
Students, please interact. Whatever you know, please answer and please interact. Don't remain silent.
Yeah, anybody? Yeah, Syed, I mean,
Sir, when some early stage entrepreneurs make a company and for like make a company of new project they introduce in market like that, we can say it as a startup.
very nice. Yeah, of course. That's one of the definition. Anybody else? Anybody wants to add to this? Yeah. So startup, there are very many definitions for the startup globally. People think it is a new company, as she said, or a new product, or a new venture, something like that. But government of India has come with a specific definition for a startup because this sets the stage for today's discussion. A startup is a new company, obviously. It should not have crossed 100 crores of its revenue, and it should have built an innovative product. There should be a certain innovation in making the product, or product itself can be innovative, or process, or a business model. Any of these components should be innovative, uh, so that this product goes to the market and does something to the customer. Either it adds value in the customer's life, or it will provide security, or it will improve the customer's experience, or it will eliminate certain disease. Some valuable contribution this product or this outcome will do to the customer. Okay, and finally, the startup company should be able to provide employment at scale, and the product or a technology that is coming out of the startup should solve socio-economical problem of this country. So if you start a mobile shop, if you start a any ice cream shop, that is not called as a startup. Okay, though you are doing online sales using technology to sell your ice creams, that is not startup. That's still a ice cream shop. But if you are building a cup like this from coconut waste, or if we have a cup like this which is coated with vitamin D, so that when I put milk and drink, vitamin D comes and I can drink. Something like that, which can you know, innovative in its approach, or it adds value to the customer significantly, then it is called startup. Okay, only then we get a lot of grants. So we are going to discuss something about those aspects as well. Hmm? So let us jump into the journey of startups. So what I do is I have some examples here. Um, I hope the slides are visible. Hmm? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's look at this. What are the opportunities in this ocean of startups? And I represent this company called Section Infinite. So here is something we did it in 2019. What happened was, oh, sorry, I don't know, slides are moving automatically. Uh, there were in Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh is one of the largest reserves, forest reserves for the tiger. But many times tigers are killed, poached, and eliminated by poachers. So, and they did in a different way. They put electric wires in the forest, and when the tiger or an animal or a human being touches it in some, either stamps on that, it gets electrocuted, gets shock and die. And the forest department was trying to fix this problem. Then they reached out to us, WWF India, World Wildlife India, asked us, can you come with a solution? So what we have done, we have put up a challenge, what we call this a competition, national competition, what we call the innovation challenge. And whoever comes with an interesting idea or a solution that can solve this problem, we will fund them, give them money, and help them test it in the market, and they can start their own business. So a couple of students applied, and one particular idea got interest, and they tried this walkie-talkie watch, and they tried some other prototypes. Then we tested in the forest, and it was working well. And then we gave them some amount, the 3 lakh rupees as a loan, no interest loan. They used that money and started their own business. So here, these are the engineering students, but they have solved a problem in a wildlife. So when it comes to startup ecosystem, you may be from any field, but you can solve problems of other field. So an engineering tool, this is they use electromagnetic force, or something like that, and they made these devices. Today, this particular startup supplies all these materials to various government organizations in the country. Yeah. So you can imagine how a small engineering knowledge can save the lives of animals. This is not related to biotechnology, but I have giving this example because when it comes to startup ecosystem, the idea is uh, uh, how we can explore different solutions for different problems. So I come from a place called Andhra Pradesh. A lot of solar panels are there, and acres together solar panels are there. And one of the biggest problem in solar industry is the panels get dirty. Dust settles down, and efficiency of the solar panels comes down eventually. So a person has to always clean. So cleaning itself is a big job. So there are no labors available. Water sometimes is not available. So how do we clean? So one of the young engineer came to us and told us that he's going to design some robotic kind of material, and we gave them some money, and they designed and they patented it. Then they tested in the market, a small sample. It worked well. Today, this person is able to export this engineering product to Greece, Colombia, Brazil, in many countries. Sitting in a small village, is able to export. Third one, this is the example of COVID. Okay, during COVID, a lot of technologies came. Many people had many problems. So our innovation center, we have put up a challenge again. Anybody who comes with an interesting idea that solves some problem of the COVID, we are going to fund. So here are a group of students who came with this box. You can see this cleaner. It's a e-sanitizer. So when you place your hands on that, it produces ozone. So I'm sure all of you know what ozone does. Ozone is a antibacterial and antiviral agent. So most of the water bottles you drink, That the plastic water bottles, all of them are ozonized. Means ozone is pumped to kill the bacteria and virus. They applied the same principle and made this product. So they received 30 lakh rupee from the government of Karnataka for this idea. Then we supported them in building the prototype. It was patented in US and they made a lot of money, about 2 crores of money they made. Now they started a new business. Okay. Here is another example of a PhD student who has done a process engineering from Australia. She's from Maharashtra. So when she came to us, she told, "Sir, we have agriculture problem in my village. We are sugarcane farmers, and in olden days, all this sugarcane was converted into jaggery good and sold in the local market. But eventually, sugar came into the market, and everybody prefers sugar because sugar is easy to manage. We can store, we can export. No, you can do many things. But jaggery is not like that. It cannot be exported a lot without good packaging. So she used her process engineering knowledge and designed a new protocol which helps the farmers to make a jaggery which has a physical property of sugar, which means when you keep it outside, it will not become soggy, it will not become watery. That was her patent. With that patent, she applied to us. We gave 5 lakh rupee grant. We helped her to get 5 lakh rupee grant. Then she made many such products. Now today she has received a loan of 38 lakh rupee under some scheme, and she has set up a jaggery processing unit, jaggery peanut butter, jaggery chocolate peanut butter. See, these are not kitchen items. These are all high-end food chemistry technology. Okay, using jaggery, using chocolate, reducing the sugar, reducing the oil. How do you give healthy food to the children? These are some things she has been working on, and she's a pioneer in this. And what happened after that? Many farmers who were left, their farming practices and went to Pune, Mumbai for labor work. They all came back and started their own jaggery process. That is how the startups work. They not only build the technologies, but with the technology, they solve social problems. Okay. And here is another ENT surgeon. He understood that the cancer patients, especially the throat cancer patients, their voice box is removed. They cannot speak. Uh, they cannot speak for their life. Okay, because voice box is removed. And this doctor has designed a voice box. Can you see here on the picture? This is the voice box that is very similar to our throat and which is inserted here, and people can speak. You can all Google his video. It is available on YouTube. It's called $1 voice box. The video name itself is $1 voice box. Here is a surgeon. He is not a designer. He doesn't have a knowledge about how to design a product. He, along with a few people, he designed this, got a patent. Today, he has raised 13 crore rupee grants. Okay, Government of India, Government of Karnataka, DBS Bank, Singapore, Infosys. Many people have given money to him to make this product. Now, such product is available internationally, which is 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupee. You know, poor patients cannot really afford. Here, we can make this device in less than 100 rupees. Imagine the power of innovation. You can reduce this price, make it affordable to the people. Right? And for him, it's not an easy thing to do. He has to understand how the throat works. It has to understand how the vocal voice works. He has to understand what are the dangers in putting plastic. After doing all these things, he has done it. Okay. And here's another example. He's my friend from Bhubaneswar. Uh, he noticed that 50% of the women or anemic. Anemia, what anemia means. Uh, we have dosage in the body, especially in the women, uh, especially from Asia, Africa, and these continents. There are solutions. If you go to government hospital in any village, they'll give a lal goli, which is iron folate tablet. But when you consume the tablet, 90% of this tablet iron is not absorbed into the skin, absorbed into the body. Okay, so they couldn't solve this problem. Now this boy came with an idea about it's kind of a aerosol. Okay, it's kind of a cream. This cream contains microparticles. Each microparticles contain iron, zinc, calcium, any metal you want, it contains. And when you rub it on the skin, these microparticles enter into the skin, deliver metals or minerals directly into your blood vessels. Now, applying cream is much easier, right? It is a globally appealing. Children can use, women can use, pregnant women can apply on their belly. This way, you can deliver minerals directly into the bloodstream. This involves a lot of research in the laboratory. You need to understand the emulsifier chemistry, you need to understand the mineral interaction with the uh, yeah, fatty acids and the safety of it, stabilization of this product, and all such stuff. So when to no to execute this idea, he went to the government of India and pitched to them, and they gave 30 lakh rupee grant to test it to develop this prototype. Once developed, again he had gone to government funding where he got 2 crore rupee or something like that. Then he started his own business. Can you imagine how this can solve the global problems, right? Now here are the two products. The left side product where you see X-ray and all that stuff is basically AI enabled machine learning tool. When you feed the data of MRI or CT scanning, we also have something with X-ray. Just give X-ray data, it can predict nodules, cysts, tuberculosis, a tumor, anything uh, abnormal in the lungs with an accuracy of 98%. Okay, so AI enabled diagnostics. Right side is a dental checkup kiosk. So what you have to do, you have to just stand in front of the machine. There is a camera there. You have to just keep your mouth open. See that steps, and you take a pictures and tell the health of your oral cavity. Simple. You don't have to get it tested. You don't have to go to dentist for now. Here itself it will check and tell. Then you can go to dentist. See, this is the way engineering technology are transforming healthcare sector, biotechnology sector in general. And here is another example uh, where that thermocol is one of the biggest pollutants in the nature. Thermocol is a beautiful material. It's a synthetic material, plastic kind of material from hydrocarbons used to pack fragile materials like refrigerator, washing machine, glass, TV, electronics, mobile, all that stuff. You know all these things. But thermocol is a uh, synthetic material, doesn't degrade in the nature, and causes lot of issues in the plants and animals and microorganisms, right? So here is a group of young people, company called Mycotex. There is another company called Roha Biotech from IIT Madras. They make this packaging material with mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms. So you're totally eliminating thermocol from the nature. This is an alternative to the thermocol. It's called biodegradable thermocol. Isn't it such a beautiful thing? Anybody with microbiology knowledge, anybody with mycology knowledge can do this kind of innovation, right? So these are the examples I have given you you would have noticed in each of the examples, there are something three things that are common. One, all these founders are deeply passionate about what they do. They're either scientists, they're doctors, they're someone researchers, someone doing PhD, someone is an engineer. Doesn't matter which background you come from, but they're all passionate about what they do. Okay. And second thing is, all of them are well educated and they're all skilled in their own domain, right? And third thing is, all these products has a value in the society. Okay, customer pays for it. So these are the three important aspects if you want to really become an entrepreneur. First is you should be passionate. You should be serious about what you want to do, and you should be deeply concerned about the society. Second one is you should have skills. Either you may be biotechnology, your microbiology, or your chemistry. It doesn't matter. There should be certain skills in you, and you should apply those skills to make a certain product which adds value to the customer's life. Right. All the examples I have shown, it is adding significant value in the customer's life. Right. So if you really want to become an entrepreneur, you should be a change maker. It's not for money, or it's not for flex time, it's not for power. All these things will come, but mainly you should have a passion to solve the problems in the society. Okay. That's where a lot of government money is available. Okay. So this is the difference between an entrepreneur and a startup. So in the beginning, I told you what a startup is. So you can recall your kindergarten or LKG, UKG, whichever school class you were there when this story was told to you. Uh, Obviously, if I ask you this question, who will win the race? Uh, who will win this race? Yeah. As per you, who normally wins the race in this?
The rabbit wins the race at the end.
Yeah, rabbit. How come?
So
But in the uh, uh, yeah,
because he in that story he was the fastest running animal and
correct.
the
Uh-huh. But we were all
and
told that tortoise won the story, right?
yes, we were
Uh,
told, but
yeah, isn't it?
he said he wins the race. Like he went to a sleep in between of the race, and the tortoise went straight to the finishing line. So
Yeah,
he won at the end. So
yeah. So winning contribution is because rabbit slept, not because tortoise was consistent, isn't it? Yeah,
uh, no, sir, it was because he was consistent and the rabbit was negligent. Ki हाँ मैं तो जीत ही जाऊंगा at the end. So it was like that.
correct. So eventually the tortoise won, right?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So in a real life situation, let's say there is a tortoise and a rabbit. Okay. Do you really think rabbit sleeps? No. If
No.
rabbit doesn't, or change the storyline. Let's say I'm telling different story now. Both are in a race, and rabbit doesn't sleep. What will happen?
So the more the person who is like consistent and focus driven in like his
Yeah,
innovation
yeah.
and the startup, like whatever the principle
No,
he is
what I'm
setting.
no no no. My question was if in this race, I'll change
Yes,
the
sir.
storyline that rabbit
Okay.
doesn't sleep. Who will win?
Rabbit.
Rabbit will win, sir.
Obviously, no. So
Yes, sir.
why I'm drawing this parallel here is we have been given this story to tell that slow and steady wins the race, and that's fine. But the very purpose of technology is to do things
अरे वो
fast, right?
चूहे और वो कैसी वाली स्टोरी में अगर खरगोश नहीं सोता तो कौन जीतता है?
Hmm. Yeah, somebody is trying to translate in the Hindi. Okay. So the very purpose, the pen, the mobile phone, the bike, the satellites, what are these things? They are devices that makes things fast, right? So technology is an enabler to do things fast. Entrepreneur is like a supermarket, a ice cream parlor, and a saloon, textile shop, all these guys. But startups are not those ones. Startups deeply involve technology. Okay, right? Like you all know hydroponics. If you want to grow crops, it will take very long time, large space, agriculture space, on such things. But in hydroponics, you can do things faster. Tissue culture, you can do things faster. So startup is always fast and consistent because there is a technology. And in innovations, there are two kinds you can see. There is a radical innovation, like traffic lights. In 1920s, 1900s, there were very few vehicles on the road. But as the number of vehicles got onto the road, they had to decide which vehicle has to go first, which vehicle has to stop, and such things. So that point of time, traffic lights were the radical innovation. For the first time we are introducing, right? Incremental innovation means what? We had traffic lights. You are in the traffic waiting for the signal to go green, but you don't know when the signal goes green. So you add timer to that. That's an incremental innovation. Both are innovations. Both are required. So in startup ecosystem, we see radical innovations. That UPI, Paytm, PhonePe, those are all radical innovations. Till then, we never had a thought about how to use QR code to pay money, right? Incremental innovation means what? You add a layer of security, you use thumb, or you can do voice, face recognition, or you know that nowadays the shops I have the sound box. When somebody pays, it announces 25 rupees has been deposited. Thank you. So that's an incremental innovation. So that a person who is blind, a person who is not in the near the customer, the person still knows that money is transferred. That is called incremental innovation, right? So in biotechnology, you can look at any number of technologies. So this is another technology. It's a simple food technology where they just grounded jackfruit, raw jackfruit, and started selling. So this is an innovation because to bring that consistency in food, to bring that glycemic index in control, you need to do a lot of clinical trials. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead with all these different technologies and solutions. uh, so I will stop here. The reason being, now these are all what's happening in the country startup ecosystem. I'm sure, I don't know whether you can see this or not. One second. So India now is the third startup ecosystem in the world. We have lakhs of startups nowadays. Now we have almost 2 lakh startups are there, and there are almost 10,000 government schools children have access to robotics, have access to 3D printing, have access to tinkering facility. Means at a high school level, children are thinking about how to solve a problem, how to build a business, how I'll make my own destiny, right? So that is the kind of ecosystem we are having. There are almost 1,000 incubators in the country. Now its number has increased 1,200 incubators. So these are the special areas in a college or in a university where you can go and approach the incubation center to venture into the startup journey, right? So these are some statistics I'll just skip. And beyond that, we also have a lot of companies, private companies like Marico Innovation Foundation, Mahindra Logistics, Maruti Automation Limited, and this HDFC. These are the different organizations which are funding startups to come up with solutions that are relevant to their business markets. Okay. Am I audible? There was a little lag here.
Yes, sir, you are
Yeah,
audible.
okay, okay. So these are the different examples I have given how startups work. And there are incubators, there are more than 1,200 incubators across the country. I think, I guess, I don't know which geographical regions you are come from. Uh, every state has a good number of incubation centers where lot of grants are available. If some of you are doing any MSc project or PhD project, your thesis, You can approach any of these incubation centers and seek funding. So a lot of funding is available, like as less as 5 lakh rupee to up to 2 crore rupee funding is available at very early stage. Okay, early stage in the sense just you have an idea, but you do not know whether this idea really works or not. So that time you go to an incubator and explain your idea. So look, I have this particular idea. I guess this is going to solve this problem, and this has got a market in this industry. So they will evaluate and they will fund. Okay. So in my previous organization, I have funded about 7 crore rupee to various startups. Okay, at various levels of ideas in automobile sector, in agriculture sector, in healthcare. I guess I have put in agriculture, food processing, waste to value. Many sectors we have funded. So you can imagine how much support that government is giving to the startups. The next step is once you get a funding, you need laboratory, right? Yes, you want to ask something? So once you get the funding, then next what? You need laboratory, right? You have some idea. Let's say you have certain bacteria, and that bacteria can eat plastic. Just an idea, okay? It may be that I don't know. And you have an idea of how to grow this bacteria and spray this bacteria on the waste plastic. And in 2 3 days, it will digest this bacteria. Okay. So, how do you know it works? You need some laboratory, you need some testing, you need some space to work, some team to build. All these things, you need money. So that's where you get grants. As I told, there are a lot of grants. So you can apply for these grants. Or we also get to open innovation challenges. Many industries put up their problem statements that they want to solve this problem. And any student or any person can apply and get the grant and use the grant to build your product. Once you build the product, you have to go and get licensed to manufacture and such stuff. Then take it to the market. So apart from government grant, once you're in the market, you get a lot of money from private partners. Who are these people? Investors. How many how many of you heard or seen Shark Tank?
I have seen like
We have seen. So there is
yeah.
they're all sharks. It's a name given to them, but they're all basically investors. There is another such series is coming called Idea Bars. Any of you are aware? Idea Bars in ZTV. Idea Bars. Okay, like drama bars. It's called Idea Bars. Okay. So what is happening there? People come with their ideas, they present to the investors. Investors like it, they give money, right? And they use the money to work. That's how the incubators come into the picture. Now, apart from these things, what else will happen in the startup ecosystem? Now you see this product is very unique, and you think that others can copy. Obviously, what you do, go and do patent, right? And there are enough funding is available even to patent your product. So you can protect your product till it is in the market. Sometimes you are from healthcare, I guess. So it is important to mention that many of the healthcare products need a license. What we call them, drug license, medical device license, and such stuff. That government of India gives that license through one of its body, licensing body. You have to get that license, and then only you can go into the manufacturing. So medical and healthcare biotechnology is a little more complex than engineering startups. So for those who are in biotechnology, healthcare, life sciences, there are incubators called BioNest Incubation Centers. Okay. where you will get a laboratory, very good laboratories, very high-end technologies, which you can use it on rent. You don't have to buy those machines. You can do it on rent, right? And you can build technology. Now, the what I spoke so far is all the technology part. Then I also spoke to you about funding part. The another thing is team. How do you build a company? How many of you have built companies, or how many of you come from a family who have company? I guess none. Okay, not a problem. So when you want to start a company, you need a name. You need to get license, right? You need to get GST number. You need to file IT, income tax returns. You need to have a co-founder agreement. So many things are there. All these things you will learn when you get into an incubation center, right? So colleges do not have all colleges do not have incubation centers. I don't know whether the college where Pratima is doing this, I don't whether you have incubator or not. But wherever there are incubation centers, all these centers will provide these services, this this help to the students so that they can start their company, right? So that is how the government of India, investors, people like me, or incubation centers help students to build their startups. Okay, so that you can provide a lot of employment to the other people, and your solution will solve some of the problems in the society, and you will help. Once you grow big, you also make a lot of money, right? So wealthy country is a strong country, right? When you have a lot of wealth in the country, we become strong. When economically strong, when you are economically strong, we are military superpowers. And when you have economically strong, we can become strong in innovation. We have ample food, ample education, good health. So everything comes with the wealth. So that's why startups are called wealth creators of the country. And that is the reason why this government currently last 10 years, they've been pushing a lot of students to start their own businesses. As a matter of fact, I was in one of the India's finest startup festival in Mangaluru. That is India's only beach festival for startups. So it was on the beach. All the startups had put up the stalls. I had gone there. I visited them. I spoke with them. Fantastic work they are doing. Okay, so like that, uh, the country is strongly dependent on youngsters to become startups. And I know that most of you would have joined college to have a good career. Let me get MSc and join for a job. But here is another opportunity for you to look at not just jobs, but you can also look at entrepreneurship or a startup as an alternative to jobs. Okay. Since government is giving a lot of funding, there are mentors who support you, and there are incubators who providing mentoring or space or laboratories. The risk is minimized. Okay, so that's how you take confidence and build your own careers. Being a startup, a founder, than going to a job. You are a job provider, not a job receiver, right? So that's the beauty of startup ecosystem. If if the same question was asked 10 years back, even I was not confident, okay, whether to take a job or become an entrepreneur. But today, it is so many things are there going on, and lot of support is coming for the startups. I see a lot of girls on this platform. So girls have a lot of options. Again, women-centric innovations, women specific funds are available. So you should avail them and try. While you are in the college, you can try some of these ideas, get grants, and so that once you go out, you can start with the business. After you finish your graduation or post-graduation, you can still do it if parents and others support you. But while you are in the college campus, if you do, uh, you can balance your both education and your startup journey. That's what I have been doing with hundreds of startups I have mentored. Okay, so I will stop here for now, and please feel free to ask any questions before we go further.
Sir, I have certain things to discuss with you, but I will connect to you later on because this is a students' forum right now. And
Okay.
I also want to tell you certain things because as you are giving the lecture, I came to know that these are the things because I
Yeah.
also being new as an entrepreneur, I understood that these are some of the things, and I also want to share with you certain milestones that we have achieved apart from what I have told you. So
Uh-huh.
I'll to you later on after this lecture, sir.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Okay. Students, you can ask anything because this is a brilliant forum where you can understand how even as a student your very small ideas can give you wings to become entrepreneurs. So please use this particular forum and ask questions, and you can solve your curiosity here.
Yeah.
So I think they must be having some ideas, and they can ask later on, which we will forward to you for better answers. We can move on with the lecture, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So I have something else to show you. Before that, I want to ask all these students are from biotechnology background, right?
Sir, all of them are from life sciences background,
Life sciences. Okay. Okay. No problem. That's fine.
mostly biotechnology and other backgrounds also.
Right, right. So this is the. I hope you can see the slides. What I'm trying to show is the amount of money that is available. See, technology business incubators there are about 300 crores. MSME, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises will give 25 crores. Atal Innovation Mission, where I was from, 1,000 crores. Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunications, 300 crores. So bio incubators 300 crores. Look at all this slide. There are almost 4,000 crores of money is available from the central government to support the startups. Apart from this, we also have state government, NASCOM, Telangana, Bangalore, Kerala. These are all governments which are supporting startups at a scale. So this is a very specific slide for biotechnology students or a life science students. It is called Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. Here we see a lot of funding for the from students to market. Those students who are at ideation stage, which means I am having idea, but I don't know whether it works or not. But if I do some experimentation, I'll be confident. For that, there is a funding. Okay, right. There's another funding, entrepreneurs in residence. What it means, while you are doing MSc, you can apply for this fellowship. Every month you get a fellowship of 30,000 plus 5 lakh rupee grant for 1 year. So during that time, you can use this grant amount to do certain experimentation and use the 30,000 rupees for your livelihood. This comes, you can apply this after MSc is over. Because if you go to MS job or with MSc certification, how much you will get? 30,000, 40,000, 1 lakh rupee. In Bangalore and all, a MSc candidate will get around 30, 40, maximum 50,000. That's all. Okay. But if you have an entrepreneurial spirit, but you do not have, but you also want some money, and this is the right opportunity. Then uh, we also have something very interesting grant called Big Biotechnology Ignition Grant. You can see there. Biotechnology Ignition Grant is one of the most successful grants in the country. Now, 23rd batch of Biotechnology Ignition Grant is going on, where brilliant ideas get 50 lakh rupee grant on 18 months time to convert their idea into product. Yeah. Those who got Biotechnology Ignition Grant, they get BABP grant up to 2 crore rupee. Okay, can you imagine that? You know, can you even think that whether your parents will give this much money to realize your dreams? I hardly think so. Right. Here is the government giving that much money for you to realize your dreams, to convert your ideas into, because biotechnology, the life sciences area is a little complicated, right? It is a life sciences, it could be agriculture area, it could be veterinary area, it could be fisheries, it could be medical healthcare, or it could be industrial biotechnology where you use bacteria, fungi, any other things to produce enzymes, vaccines, or molecules, right? Any of these areas, we get a lot of funding. So this is one slide. If you want more information, go to this website called BIRAC, BIRAC.nic.in, where you get all this information. Apart from that, there is another set of funding is available for students like you at student level. I'm talking about RKVY Raftar, Rashtriya Krishi Vigyan Yojana, where when you're dealing with problems of commerce, agriculture, such stuff, you get a grant of 5 lakhs, followed by another grant of 25 lakhs, okay, top up grant. The next one is Nidhi Prayas. There are 68 centers in the country where they disperse this Nidhi Prayas money. Each student will get 10 lakh rupee to convert their idea into prototype. So mostly engineering, science, and biotechnology also can apply. Then Ministry of Electronics and Telecommunications, where you use ICT solutions, engineering, electronics, quantum, AI, softwares, all these solutions to solve any of the sectoral problems. Transportation is a sector, aquaculture is a sector, healthcare is a sector, space is a sector, women health is a sector. Any of these sectors you should solve using electronics as a technology. Then you get a grant of 4 lakhs, then 7 lakhs, then 40 lakhs. Yeah. DASR Prism is a small grant. Any Indian can apply. You don't have to be student for that. They'll give you grant up to 2 lakhs. Okay. So you can note down the names and Google it later. Yeah. Fine. So this is what I wanted to show as grants. So I hope you are now more encouraged and more confident in taking up startup ecosystem, or at least try to explore. Yeah, I mean nobody can force you, but you should explore while you are studying. So which class you are studying? First MSc or second MSc? Which year? All of you are from the same this one, or each one is from different?
Sir, I'm
Sir,
from
I'm
BTech
Yes, sir.
Technology, third semester.
Third semester.
Yes.
Okay, which means second year. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So in the last, I would say one semester you have got, right? During this one semester, you can convert your internship also into startup. As per the new education policy, you are supposed to. There is an option for students to convert their internship into startups. Yeah.
I don't know about that, sir. I'll search
Yes.
it.
Yes. You can do that.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir.
Yeah. Any other? Yes, yes. I'm done with my presentation. I just wanted to give you a glimpse about what's happening in the country about startups. Especially in healthcare sector. We're talking about cancer. We're talking about longevity, medical devices, wearable devices, and drugs, biomolecules, bioinformatics tools to genetic engineering, hydroponics, tissue culture. A lot is happening. Bionics. Uh, it can go on forever. So many things are happening. So sky is the limit, right? So I guess I'm done with the presentation. Uh, you can ask questions if you want.
sir.
Yes.
So suppose any student doesn't have any incubation center in his college, and he or she have some ideas. So where should they approach for the to start their startup or something.
Who is speaking?
So Yash.
Ah, yes. Okay, okay. Fine. So if you do not have an incubation center, there is one option, obviously the internet. You can find out any grants that are you can apply without incubation center. There are grants available. Or you find out the nearest incubation center to you. Where are you from? Which state?
Sir, I am from Lucknow, but currently I am studying in Delhi University.
Delhi University. So Delhi University itself has an incubation center,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? So you can go there. Second is sometimes what happens there are open innovation challenges. Uh, you can apply open innovation challenges. Doesn't matter where you study. If you win, you get the support. You know, I'm in Bangalore now. I have a couple of startups who are from Andhra Pradesh. Some of them are from Punjab. There is one girl from Mohali. She takes my support. You know, I mentor her. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so because of technology, we can do all these things. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
So sometimes I feel that I have come across students community. They will have wonderful ideas, but they always
Yeah.
feel hesitant. They think
Yeah.
that this idea is not that innovative, or this idea is not going to have any breakthrough. So these are the mentalities that the students have, and means in my 15 years of career as researcher and a teacher, I have understood this thing, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why when I opened this particular venture, my main focus was to groom these students in such a way that they become proactive in taking their own decisions related to career and entrepreneurship and other things ahead, and they will be the master of their own journey.
Correct.
I think here also all these students, because when they study in the class, they become very active and they ask different type of questions. So they definitely must be having some ideas. Students, please do interact and ask, sir, because you will not get this type of forum again where an innovator himself, recognized by Government of India, is interacting with you and telling you how and what to do and how to move on. So please use this particular forum. You all can even type your messages into the chat box. Yash,
Yes, ma'am.
sir has disconnected or what?
Wait, ma'am. I guess disconnected. Maybe network issue.
Okay. If there is no question, we can move. We can move on with the event.
I think I am done with my presentation. I have given them insights about what startup really mean and what is the kind of funding is available and what are the incubation centers and where do you get this funding. This is the general, if you know this much at this point of time, I think that's good enough.
Okay, sir. Students, sir will we will have another lecture with sir on 19th. So, if at all you have any questions, please do think, and you can use even that forum to ask questions. Yes, you can give a vote of thanks, and then we can conclude.
All right. So, as we approach the conclusion of this session, I would like to extend my heartfelt vote of thanks. I sincerely thank Dr. Shivakiran Makam for taking out his valuable time to share his wisdom, experiences, and insights with us. Your contribution has truly enriched this session, sir. I also express my gratitude to the leadership and team of the Kaustav Careerica for conceptualizing and organizing such meaningful learning platform. And most importantly, I thank all the participants for their active presence, enthusiasm, and commitment to the learning. With this, we formally conclude today's expert lecture. We will meet again on 19th with the same expert, Dr. Shivakiran sir. Wishing you all the continued learning, innovation, and success. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you. Good luck to all of
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Students, you can frame your questions and you can utilize the forum of 19th January to ask your questions and be uh, proactive, because this particular expert likes to interact with the students. He have been giving lectures on huge forums where thousands of students had been his audience, and continuously he is involved into awakening and generating awareness among the students about innovation and entrepreneurship. So please be proactive in his next lecture. Thank you all for joining the lecture today.